In this video, we're going to see how manufacturing, engineering, and design teams can actually improve their efficiency when developing a product. How can actually they enable data exchanges between them without losing much of their crucial information. And we're going to look into Autodesk Vault. And this is similar to other cloud storages such as Dropbox, but in terms of engineering and manufacturing field, a typical cloud storage will not work. And how this product is going to make a change, and what all the features it brings to the table. That's all we're going to see it. And welcome to Expertise Academy. And we have already seen videos for Civil 3D, AutoCAD development, and Microsoft project. A lot of different things we have seen it. And this is one of the crucial project, guys, product. And if you're into manufacturing, if you're into engineering, if you're into even architectural space, and Autodesk Vault can actually save a lot of your time. And it can also help do things much more efficiently compared to what you're doing now. All right, so let's get into Autodesk Vault. So the first thing that we will look into Autodesk Vault is there are different types of versions that you can buy from Vault. And they give us sort of like a professional edition, the work group edition, and an office edition. Previously, it used to be called as a basic version, and then now they changed to professional, work group, and office. And the price of these ones depends on the cost of them, but most cases, if you see, the price is basically based on the features that they're going to give it to you. And the office one is a basic one, and the professional is pretty much the top end one. So you get paid somewhere around $2,700 every 3 years. Okay, so in a total is like around $1,000 per year, which is okay for the things that it can actually help us do. All right, so what is Vault? Vault is basically a product data management system, and it is basically a software which contains a server and then a client. So all it does is similar to how Dropbox works. Dropbox, what you do is you actually throw some files into your folder within Dropbox, and the file gets synced into the cloud. And if you go into another machine, if you log into Dropbox, the file gets synced back in. But Dropbox stops there. It doesn't do anything more than that, such as version control or getting a BOM report within your files, and it doesn't do anything more than that. It just syncs file. So Vault, what it does is it actually avoids conflict between multiple people working within the same file and sharing design data with multiple products within Autodesk products such as Inventor, Revit, Civil 3D, AutoCAD. And then it can also do a lot more other stuff. Okay, let's quickly get into it. Now, so as I said, Vault is basically a product data management software, and it helps streamline the workflows that involves engineering, manufacturing, and a lot of different departments within design. So how does it actually work? Because if you know that manufacturing works differently, and they use different products to actually help manufacture the products. And similarly, engineering companies, they use different products to do the product engineering. And then the design team, they use a different products. So now all of these products have something in common, which is basically the product. And the data within the product, such as, let's say, for example, if we have a product with ourselves, and this product has got something called design, which is like, say, outer casings and stuff. And then there is engineering. Engineering deals with how this is going to work when it's actually going to travel in space. So that comes the engineering. So how this propulsion system is going to work, and what kind of propulsion we're going to use. So that's all deals have to do with engineering. And finally, once these guys have done with what they have to do, this has to be given to someone to be manufactured. So in the manufacturing, so they need to understand what are the things that they're going to do it, and what time frames they're going to do it, and how they're going to do it, what materials they're going to use it, what all the building materials, bill of materials that's going to be involved in manufacturing the entire product, so they can order them before they start manufacturing. So now if you see, like, they all work differently, so they all use different products. Now the next thing that we're going to see is like the list of features that Vault can actually help us do to achieve all the things that we have said. So the features, such as, the first thing is Vault comes with the different sort of softwares to help us do the work. So one is a thick client, a thin client. The thick client is basically the Vault Explorer that sits on your machine, which helps you to check in and check out the files. And there is a thin client which lets you to view, which basically a web or a mobile version of it. And then the server, which basically stores. So that's basically, we call it as ADMS, which is Autodesk Data Management Servers. The ADMS is basically a middleware which helps in the talking between the thin client and the actual data. And actual data sits in the SQL server, and all the transactions are handled by the ADMS. Now, let's see what are the other things that we can do from here. So this is basically the web browser, which is the Vault thin client that you can visualize the data and do some of the functions. And there is a user and group management, so you can actually create different set of users and groups, and so you can manage the access on how people can actually view the files, edit the files, and upload back into the Vault. And then we have the inventor and Revit interoperability. So this is one of the crucial features that they have brought in, because Revit has got its own set of similar cloud storage called Revit server, and Vault doesn't talk to Revit server very well. So now we have a system which is within Vault, and this is actually an improvement they have made in the recent versions, which actually helps save Revit files back into Vault as a sort of like one of the native formats such as Inventor and DWGs. And then there are other things that you can also do is file numbering and copying the design data, and then cloning files, and a lot of different things that you can do within Vault itself. There is also reports that you can run, and there is a job processor, and then there is a lot of extensions that goes on top of Vault that you can integrate and increase the functionality of Vault. And there is a direct CAD integration into Vault, which helps read DWG files and get the BOM report from DWG files. And then data reuse and design automation, which helps Vault to copy the core design data into different products, and then so the user doesn't have to copy them, so they can basically reference back into one single point. And you can create multiple concurrent designs without affecting the original design data. And faster data searching, this is one of the crucial feature which helps you to distinguish Vault between every other cloud storage data service. And with this one, you can actually search for attribute information within the files. You don't not necessarily the file names. So you can actually go into the files and you can actually search for attributes based data as well. And then you can have administration access to control and configure the entire Vault server by itself, and then the individual user privileges as well. And multi-site capabilities. So Vault can be integrated and it can be used in multiple geolocations. So it's not like a intranet based sites. This can be deployed in cloud such as AWS, Azure, and you can access it globally. And then there are other things that you can use, which is a collaboration tool, which lets different departments actually check in and check out the files that they are using for design. And Vault also comes with something called life cycles, which helps you to manage different life cycles and review process for your files. So for your product design, such as when you work, you can change the status to work in progress, and when you want your manager to review what, you can actually change to review. So when you change it, you can also add additional functionality such as sending them a notification through Outlook, and then asking them to review it. And when they review it, they can add the signature and stamp to the drawings. And once it's done, it comes back for corrections to the actual designer, and then he can do it and he can apply for another approval process. So these sort of changes can be done. And then BOM management, this is one of the key features that the Vault has started with, and this actually improves the efficiency of your BOM accuracy. So that's like your bill of material accuracy will be improved over a period of time, and that's basically helps you to see, okay, in this particular product and this particular product design, so what is the total BOM, and let me get a report and let me see how much am I gonna spend on each of those materials and quantities. And you can actually configure some of those more really advanced stuff as well. And revision control, this is one of the core features. Like typically what happens is most of the CAD and drafting departments, they used to maintain superseded as a separate folder and used to maintain a lot of DWG files. And this is already automatically taken care by Vault. All you have to do is check in, check out, and it automatically takes care of the versioning for you. So you don't really have to worry about saving different DWG files. It actually saves only the changes. So it actually reduces the amount of storage that you need compared to what you used to do it, and which actually improves it. And projects and reporting. So this also helps you to manage your projects, because you can actually manage the status of your project, and then individual file status and life cycle of your files and life cycle of your task. So it does help you to manage your projects and then do reporting as well. And data standardization. So since this actually involves with multiple products, it can actually help deploy data standardization as well. And some of the other things that it can do is documentation. So it can actually help you create PDFs, publish PDFs, and submit drawings for approvals. And once it's submitted, it apply the stamps, such as it's ready for it's shop drawings, or it is actually ready for construction, or it is for revision, or it is for marked as discard and cancelled, or whatever the status that you want to apply. It can automatically apply stamps based on the life cycle changes. So it can actually take care of some of those documentation as well. In a standard workflow, people need to update the title blocks to update the stamps, and then they have to print a new PDF, and that workflow can be completely automated. And some of the other things that people can also do is they can actually browse through the entire project files and data. And actually, you're not actually limited to only DWG files, or Revit RVT files, or Inventor part files, or assembly files. It can also handle PDFs. It can also handle Excel, and even email files, and it can literally handle any file extensions within Vault. And there is literally no restrictions on what files that you can check in and check out. You can literally check in any files that you can do it. But only thing is, Vault tend to read its own native files, such as it can actually read DWG files and Revit and Inventor files, and some of the other products such as Civil 3D, AutoCAD Mechanical, a lot of other files that it can also actually read. And if you know that AutoCAD Civil 3D and AutoCAD Mechanical, Map 3D, they all use DWG files. So as long as they are in standard DWG formats, you can literally read them within your Vault, and you can generate some BOM reports and stuff. And on top of it, Vault can also help you add additional functionalities by adding extensions. So such as Cool Orange is one of them, where you can actually add additional features to your job processor. And writing a plugin within Cool Orange is a lot more easier compared to a standard using a standard Autodesk Vault SDK. The main advantage is basically using a Cool Orange is you can use PowerShell scripting, which you don't really need to be a programmer, or you don't need to have to know about a lot of concepts in C# or Visual Basic. And PowerShell is a lot more easier and much more quicker to learn, and there is a whole bunch of samples that you can use to learn it as well. All right, so this is basically the part 1 of the Autodesk Vault, and let's catch up again in another video, and I will show you a little bit more about Vault. And if there is interest on Vault and people want to learn about Vault plugin development, I can do some videos on that as well. All right, let's catch up again, guys, and thank you so much, and cheers.